Hello, and welcome to the Mary Lynn Show. The people that lived during the time of slavery had very different views. Some of these groups included plantation owners, rural slaves, and abolitionists. We can learn very much about how these people viewed certain issues, including slavery, by reading primary sources. With my newly created time machine, I will be able to interview 3 people from this period. Our first guest today will be Harriet Jacobs, who was a rural slave in that time. Hello, Harriet.
Hello, Miss Mary.
See that you've just come back from the fields?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I've read a few excerpts from your autobiography. It is clear that you were very unhappy with your owner. How do you feel about him?
Well, he was a very forceful and cruel master. It was very hard living under his demands.
How did you deal with the mistreatment?
Well, I constantly longed to be a free woman, and the vision of me being a free woman kept me going on.
Can you believe that slavery is now abolished completely?
No, I cannot, ma'am. It was very widespread in my time, but I am certainly glad that this is true.
Okay, thank you, Harriet. Our next guest is William Byrd, who was a plantation owner. Hello, William. I've read a bit from your diary. In this, you spoke of beating your slaves as if it was a completely normal action. How do you feel about beating your workers?
Well, the slaves are my property. I paid for them. So if they get out of line, I can put them back in by force.
You don't think it's cruel at all?
No, they aren't my own people. They're property. So I can treat them as I please.
How do you feel about slavery being illegal in the U.S. today?
Doesn't matter much to me, since I don't live in this time. Though if I did live in this time, I'd be awfully unhappy about it.
Thank you, Henry. Our last guest today will be Frances Ann Kemble, who was an abolitionist during the time. Hello, Fanny. How are you doing today?
I'm great, thank you.
So I've read a bit of your journal as well. I've seen that you cared very much so for some of the slaves of the time. How did you feel seeing them mistreated?
I thought it's absolutely horrible how they are often mistreated.
Did you feel attached to any of them?
Yes, each slave I met had a painful story, and I felt attached or obligated to help them in any way I could.
What do you think about slavery being completely obsolete in the U.S. today?
I think it's absolutely amazing. I only wish it could have happened sooner.
Well, thank you, Fanny.
Thank you, Mary.
As you can now see, primary sources are excellent ways of gaining knowledge about history. From reading the autobiographies and journals of these people, I was able to formulate questions that I knew they would be able to answer. Thank you for watching today's episode. I hope you learned a lot.